Good evening, folks. Welcome back to the news for the evening. I am going to be your evening host, Derek, with my co host, John. Tonight, we are bringing you an update from last night's story, which was about a shooting that had taken place in downtown River City at the Liberty Cafe. Police say the shooting happened just before 10 p.m., right as the store was about to close, when a confrontation happened inside the cafe, which escalated into a shootout. One person was killed at the scene and two others remained hospitalized in critical condition. Investigators spent much of the night collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses, while the cafe stayed closed throughout the day as police continued their work inside. Liberty Cafe management released a statement earlier expressing their condolences to the victims' families and pledging full cooperation with law enforcement. So far, no arrests have been made, but River City Police tell us they are following several leads. Officials are asking anyone with information to come forward. The deadly shooting at Liberty Cafe has not only shaken River City, but it has also reignited a heated debate over gun laws across the state of Cascadia. In River City today, dozens of residents gathered outside City Hall, calling for tighter restrictions on firearms. Community leaders say the violence has become a tipping point, urging local representatives to take swift action on gun reform measures. Advocates argue that without stronger gun laws, tragedies like the one at Liberty Cafe will continue to threaten public safety. However, not everyone agrees. In the nearby town of Springfield, the conversation looks very different. Many residents there are pushing back against the idea of new regulations. Some argue that the right to bear arms must be protected, and say that the focus should instead be on addressing crime and mental health, rather than restricting access to guns. The contrast between River City and Springfield highlights just how divided communities remain on this issue, even as both towns grapple with questions of safety, freedom, and responsibility. In the wake of the deadly shooting at Liberty Cafe, Cascadia lawmakers are moving quickly, unveiling a newly proposed bill aimed at curbing gun violence. The proposed bill introduced this morning would expand background checks on all firearm purchases, tighten restrictions on high-capacity magazines, and increase funding for community safety programs. Supporters say the legislation is a direct response to growing concerns from River City residents who have been calling for action since last night's tragedy. Senator Carlos Mendoza speaks on the bill directly, claiming that it is one of the best bills that can be introduced for the state of Cascadia.
You know, it's pretty clear that gun violence is a very big issue, not just for River City, but for the whole state of Cascadia as a whole. Every year, the number of deaths slowly increase, and we're sitting here doing nothing. This bill that's been brought before us is the first step to making a much more safer state. It's only common sense that we support this bill. I want a safer future for my friends and my family. So I will be supporting this bill, and I urge everybody else to support this bill as well.
The introduction of this bill has gotten many different reactions from across the state, both from conservative and liberal standpoints. Springfield won't allow such laws to pass. Springfield's more than just this main street that you see here. I mean, the majority of it is farms. Everyone here has grown up around guns. You can't take that away from us. In fact, gun violence here in the town of Springfield alone is very rare. In most cases, it's self defense. And even that, I think, in this entire town's history, there's been two cases in where firearms were used in self defense. Other than that, guns are not an issue. It's a people issue. So, no, we will not stand for the state trying to take away our guns. It is our Second Amendment right, and we will fight for it. You know what I mean? It's a good law they passing, bruh. I mean, out here, everyday players getting shot left and right. We want to end the death. We want to end the suffering. So I think these lawmakers know what they're doing. We need to get rid of all the guns, get them off our streets. Following this story, we do bring you another update from last week's story. Last week there was a tragedy at the River City Bank where a man by the name of Ivan the Bearable attempted to rob the bank, but in the process failed. In doing so, he did kill 4 innocent people. Those include Napoleon, the bank manager, Knickerbocker, the bank security, Lexi, the bank teller, and Agent 47, the police officer from River City Police Department. His sentence was to last 7 days, and upon completion of the 7th day, to be executed by firing squad as appointed by Judge de Codmaster. Well, today he finished his sentence and was executed earlier today. The city of River City can rest assured that justice was dealt, says the mayor. Well, that is enough doom and gloom for the evening. We do bring you some good and more calming news rather than all the tragedies that you are hearing. First up is the story with Spring Lake. Spring Lake will be closing its shores to swimmers starting next week. However, the lake will remain open to fishing. This is because the autumn season has begun and the waters will slowly be getting too cold to be swimming in. Fishing will remain open until about winter time, where the lake will be turned into an ice skating rink. And over at High Rock Park, due to fall, the fall reservations have just started earlier this week. Definitely check out High Rock Park as the fall season continues and the leaves change colors. It is very beautiful around this time of year. Already several families are reserving reservations to camp out and explore the park during its autumn season. Well, that just about wraps up all of our stories for the evening, folks. We do hope you enjoyed listening to them, and as always, we are more than happy to keep you updated not on just the stories of the past, but the ones in the present as they unfold. We do hope that you do stay tuned and check back in the morning as we are able to report more news from tonight's and last night's events. That is all, folks. Have a good night.